My wife has been taking our son to see her ex-boyfriend behind my back, then lied to my face me when I found their text messages. So I did this with the paternity test results, and I woke up to 24 missed calls. I, male, 35, just found messages suggesting my wife, female, 33, has been secretly taking our son, male, 6, to meet her ex-boyfriend and questioning his paternity. Throwaway for obvious reasons. Longtime lurker. First-time poster. I honestly never thought I'd be writing something like this, but here we are, I guess. I've been married to my wife, Anna, for 7 years, together for 9. We have a son, Brady, who's basically our whole world. I work as a software engineer, sometimes long hours, but that's just how it is in this industry. While Anna works part-time as a graphic designer from home, which gives her flexibility to take care of Brady after school. We met at our friend Marcus's housewarming party back when I was 26. Anna had just gotten out of a serious relationship with her college boyfriend a few months before. They were together for like 4 years, I think. Things moved pretty quick between us. We just had this connection. Got married after 2 years, then Brady came along about a year later. I always thought we were happy. We have the normal couple stuff, like arguing about bills or me working too much, but nothing major. Anyway, a few months ago, Brady casually mentioned going to the park with mommy's friend Jason while I was working late. I asked Anna about it later, and she said Jason is just a coworker with a son Brady's age, and they have playdates sometimes. I didn't think much about it at the time, though it was weird she never mentioned these playdates before. But whatever, I figured she just forgot. Over the next few weeks, Brady kept bringing up Jason. Stuff like Jason has the cool video games and we went to Jason's house again, etc. I started feeling jealous maybe, but I figured that was just me being insecure because I work so much and miss out on family time. I probably should have asked more questions, but I didn't want to be that controlling husband who freaks out when his wife has male friends. Then last week, my laptop crashed during this super important work deadline. Anna was at the grocery store, so I grabbed her tablet to access my cloud files. While I was working, notifications from someone named Jason kept popping up on her screen. I know I shouldn't have looked, but something just felt off and I clicked on them. Turns out Jason isn't a female coworker with a kid like she said. It's Anna's ex-boyfriend from college who apparently moved back to town after his divorce. I started scrolling through their messages. I know, that's wrong, but I couldn't stop myself, and saw they've been talking for at least 4 months. They've been meeting up regularly, and Anna's been taking Brady with her. I felt sick reading some of the messages. Things like, I still can't tell if he has your eyes, and we need to figure out what to tell Dave eventually. I checked her location history and confirmed she's been taking Brady to an apartment complex across town where Jason lives. The worst one was from Anna saying, the timing has always made me wonder, but I'm scared to know for sure. And Jason replied that they both deserve to know the truth, and so does Brady. I couldn't even process what I was reading. My hands were literally shaking. Was she saying Brady might not be mine? That she's been questioning his paternity behind my back for years with her ex? When Anna got home, I tried to stay calm. I asked if she knew anyone living in the Oakwood apartments, and she looked startled and denied it. When I mentioned her location history, showed she'd been there, she claimed she was visiting a friend nearby. I asked who Jason was, and she hesitated before saying he was just an old friend. When I pressed about why she lied about him being a female coworker, she got defensive and said she knew I would overreact. Finally, I asked about the messages regarding Brady having Jason's eyes. She started crying then. She admitted Jason was her ex-boyfriend from college. When I asked point blank if she thinks Jason might be Brady's biological father, she kept saying she loves me, but admitted she dated Jason right up until a few weeks before meeting me. She said she was just wanting to clear up questions from the past. I couldn't even continue the conversation. I just walked out of the room. For the past few days, I've been pretending everything is fine. I mean, I trust Anna, or at least I did. She would never cheat on me. But why would she hide all this? Why would she be questioning if Brady is even mine? Our son is 6 years old, for God's sake. I secretly collected some hair from Brady's hairbrush and ordered a paternity test online. The results should come in about a week. I feel like such a creep doing this behind her back, but what choice do I have? She's been lying to me for months, years. I don't know what I'll do with the information when I get it. I love Brady more than anything in this world. He is my son, no matter what some test says. He calls me daddy. I was there when he was born. I taught him to ride a bike. I'm the one who checks for monsters under his bed. But I just need to know. And honestly, I don't know if I can ever look at Anna the same way again, regardless of what the test shows. Sorry for the super long post. My mind is just all over the place right now. Edit. Wow, this blew up overnight. Thanks for all the support. Edit 2. To everyone saying I should just divorce her immediately. It's not that simple. We have a son together. I can't just blow up his life without being 100% sure. Edit 3. Yes, I know looking through her messages was wrong. I'm not proud of it. But what was I supposed to do after seeing messages pop up about my son's paternity? Now for the first update. So a lot has happened since my last post. First of all, thank you to everyone who commented with support and advice. Reading through everything honestly helped me feel less crazy during probably the worst week of my life. I got the paternity test results back on Tuesday. I'm Brady's biological father, 100%. When I first saw the results, I cried in the bathroom at work and had to lock myself in a stall. I felt this mix of massive relief, but also this whole new wave of anger. Because if she knew there was no actual question about Brady being mine, what the actual fuck was she doing meeting up with her ex behind my back for months and letting him question my son's paternity? I mean, I always knew Brady was mine. Anyone who's seen us together knows he looks just like me. He has the same weird cowlick I have that makes our hair stick up in the back. But seeing it confirmed on paper, I can't even explain the feeling. But the relief didn't last long, because then I started thinking about everything else. About all the lies. About her sneaking around with Jason. About the fact that she was even entertaining these conversations about our son possibly being his. I just kept coming back to why. Why would she do this if she wasn't hiding something more? I know a lot of you said I should confront her immediately, but I decided to wait. Part of me wanted to gather more information before confronting her, but honestly, I was also scared. My parents had this horrible, messy separation when I was 15 because my dad thought my mom was cheating on him. It turned out she wasn't, but their relationship never recovered from the accusations. This is going to be long, by the way. Sorry, I'm just trying to get everything down while it's fresh. Anyway, instead of confronting Anna, I installed this recovery app on our shared cloud account that let me see deleted messages between her and Jason. And holy shit, there was so much worse stuff that she'd deleted. There was this one message that just keeps replaying in my head. Anna wrote to Jason, "If he's yours, everything changes. I need to be honest with myself about what I really want." What she really wants? What the fuck does that even mean? Was she planning to leave me if the test showed Brady wasn't mine? Was she disappointed that he is mine? I kept watching over the next 2 weeks as Anna continued meeting up with Jason. She had no idea I knew anything. She was still lying straight to my face about where she was going. Oh, just meeting Sarah for coffee, or taking Brady to that indoor playground he likes. Meanwhile, she's actually meeting up with her ex-boyfriend to what? Stare at my son and try to find resemblances. Talk about how disappointing it is that he has my eyes and not Jason's. Oh, and we had dinner with her parents last weekend. Her mom Janice kept saying how Brady looks just like me. She mentioned his smile and eyes being exactly like mine. And Anna got all weird and quiet and kept changing the subject. At the time, her parents were confused, but now I realize she was uncomfortable because she was literally questioning if Brady was mine behind my back, while her mom was saying how much he looks like me. The whole thing makes me sick to my stomach now. And then, the thing that really pushed me over the edge. Brady came home from school last Wednesday, upset because a kid in his class was talking about having 2 dads after his parents got divorced. Brady asked me if he would ever have 2 dads. I almost lost it right there, because little did he know, his mom was literally trying to line up dad number 2 behind my back. I couldn't take it anymore. I spent a day putting together a plan. I made copies of the paternity test results and screenshots of Anna's worst messages. I put together this whole timeline of her deception. When she first started meeting Jason, all the lies she told me about where she was going, everything. I wrote this detailed letter explaining the whole situation. I tried to focus on the facts of what she did rather than just calling her names or whatever, because no matter what, we're still Brady's parents and we'll have to figure out co-parenting. I decided to take Brady to visit my brother Eli for the weekend. He lives about 2 hours away. I felt really conflicted about the whole plan. Part of me felt like this righteous anger, but another part felt guilty about what I was about to do. On the way to Eli's, I stopped and bought Brady this dinosaur toy he's been wanting. I wanted to make sure the weekend was special for him, even though my world was basically imploding. Then on Friday morning, I waited until Anna left for her client meeting. I sent emails with all the evidence, test results, screenshots, timeline, letter, to her parents. I sent the same package to my parents and 3 of our closest mutual friends. I left a printed copy on our kitchen table with a note that said, "I know everything. Brady and I are safe, but need space. He is my son." I also posted this vague but pointed message on our family social media. Sometimes the truth hurts, but lies hurt more. Taking time with my son to heal. Then I packed overnight bags for Brady and me, picked him up early from school, told the school it was for a surprise trip, and headed to Eli's. Brady kept asking where his mom was, and I just said she knew about the trip and had work to do. Then I sent Anna a text that said, "Taking Brady to see Eli for the weekend. Don't bother calling," and I turned my phone off completely. I know some of you might think going so public was extreme, but honestly, I wanted her to face consequences. I wanted her parents to know what their daughter had been doing. I wanted our friends to know. I didn't necessarily want to hurt Anna. Okay, that's not completely true. Part of me did want to hurt her like she hurt me, but I wanted the truth out there. So that's where things stand now. I spent the weekend trying to keep things normal for Brady. We played video games with Eli, took Brady to this children's museum nearby, went out for ice cream. I've been trying to act like everything is fine in front of Brady, but inside, I'm just wondering what kind of shitstorm is happening back home. I don't know what happens next. I don't know if our marriage can survive this. I don't even know if I want it to survive this. But Brady is my son, and I'll do whatever I need to do to protect him. Edit. A lot of you are asking if I'm planning to divorce Anna. Honestly, I don't know yet. I love her. Or at least, I loved the person I thought she was. But how do you come back from something like this? Edit 2. To answer everyone asking why I didn't just confront her directly, I tried that approach when I first found the messages. Remember, she lied to my face about who Jason was and where she was going. She only admitted the bare minimum when cornered. I wanted the whole truth to come out at once so she couldn't trickle truth me again. Edit 3. Yes, I know going so public with everything might hurt Brady in the long run. Trust me, I've been beating myself up about that too. But I was just so angry and honestly not thinking clearly. I just wanted Anna to face real consequences, not be able to just explain it away or minimize what she did. Edit 4. Some of you have pointed out that I'm being contradictory about wanting to hurt Anna versus not wanting to hurt her. Yeah, you're right. My feelings are all over the place right now. One minute, I'm devastated thinking about our marriage ending. The next minute, I'm furious and want her to suffer like I'm suffering. I don't know what's wrong with me. Now for the second update. First, thanks to everyone who commented on my last post. This has been a freaking roller coaster, and your support has honestly been one of the only things keeping me sane right now. So after spending the weekend at my brother Eli's with Brady, I finally turned my phone back on Sunday evening. Holy shit. 24 missed calls. 24. 11 from Anna, 5 from her mother Janice, 3 from my mom, 2 from Anna's dad Fred, and the rest from our friends. I sat in Eli's guest room just staring at my phone while Brady was watching cartoons with my brother, and I seriously felt like I was going to throw up. There were like a million text messages too. Some super supportive, mostly from my friends, some absolutely furious, mostly from Anna's friends, and some just confused and wanting to know what the hell was going on. My buddy Mike sent this long paragraph about how he was there for me no matter what. Anna's friend Tara sent this paragraph basically calling me every name in the book for publicly humiliating Anna instead of handling it like an adult. Sorry, this is going to be long. I have a lot to update. The voicemails from Anna were honestly hard to listen to. The first one was angry. Lots of, "How could you do this?" and "You had no right." The second was this weird mix of angry and desperate, her voice cracking. The third one, honestly, I had to stop listening halfway through because she was sobbing so hard I could barely understand her, just begging me to bring Brady home and talk to her. From the messages I pieced together that basically all hell broke loose after I sent those emails. Jason, the the ex, apparently completely disappeared the minute this all came out. Blocked Anna on everything. Gone. What a fucking coward, right? Anna's parents drove to our house within like 2 hours of getting my email. Her dad, Fred, was apparently livid. He's always treated me like a son, always talking about how happy he is that Anna found a good man after her troubled relationship with Jason. Oh, and then my mom showed up too. So Anna was basically getting it from both sides, both sets of parents in our living room, while she had a complete breakdown. When I watched the video message she sent me after the voicemails of her completely falling apart, it really hit me hard. Her face was all blotchy, mascara everywhere. She could barely get words out. She kept saying, "Please just come home so we can talk," over and over. Our neighbor Autumn, she's like 80 years old, actually called me too, asking if everything was okay because she saw all those cars at our house Friday night and was worried something bad had happened. I didn't even know she had my number. I told her everything was fine, just some family stuff. Driving home Sunday night, I felt so conflicted. Part of me still wanted justice, wanted Anna to really feel the consequences of what she did, but another part of me just wanted to fix everything. I kept thinking about Brady and how confused he must be, even though I tried to keep everything normal for him. I started to wonder if my whole revenge plan was too much. My friend Clint texted saying, "Dude, I get why you're pissed, but that social media post is going to be there forever. Brady might see that when he's older." I hadn't even thought about that. I was just so angry when I posted it. Maybe publicly humiliating her wasn't the best move when we have a kid together. When we pulled into the driveway Sunday evening, Anna's car was there, and so was her parents' car. Brady jumped out of my car, all excited to tell his mom about the weekend. He had no idea anything was wrong. I swear my heart was pounding so hard I thought I might pass out walking to the door. Anna came out of the kitchen when she heard us, and holy shit, her eyes were so red and swollen from crying that she barely looked like herself. Brady ran to her for a hug while I just stood there awkwardly. Her parents were standing in the living room looking, I don't even know how to describe it. Disappointed, sad, angry, all of the above probably. Anna asked if we could talk after Brady went to bed, and I agreed but said her parents should stay. They deserved to hear everything too. The next couple hours were this weird fake normal routine. Making dinner, Brady telling everyone about the museum and the dinosaur toy I got him, bath time, story time. I felt like I was watching myself from outside my body or something. After we got Brady to sleep, the four of us sat at the dining table. Anna started crying almost immediately. She swore she never physically cheated on me during our marriage. I just sat there silently, waiting for a real explanation. She said she ran into Jason at a coffee shop about 4 months ago, totally innocent at first. They got to talking, and he mentioned the timing of when we got together and when Brady was born. She admitted that Jason started putting these thoughts in her head, suggesting the timing seemed suspicious. And instead of shutting that shit down immediately, she started questioning herself, questioning our marriage, questioning Brady's paternity. She said the meetings were about observing Brady to see if he had any resemblances to Jason. I asked why she continued meeting him after I confronted her that first time. She said she was already too deep in the lie and was afraid of losing everything. What kind of logic is that? Her dad, Fred, actually interrupted her at one point and asked how she could do this to her family. That's when Anna completely lost it. She said she was actually relieved by the paternity test results, which, what the actual fuck, but was terrified of losing me. The last few weeks have been complicated. Word spread about our family issues, small-town problems, and Anna lost several design clients. Our extended family is totally divided. My sister thinks I should leave Anna. My mom thinks we should try to work it out for Brady's sake. Anna's parents are being supportive, but I can tell they're deeply disappointed in her. Brady's definitely picking up on the stress. He started having trouble at school. His teacher called last week because he had an emotional outburst during class. That hit me hard because Brady's usually such a happy kid. Some of our friends have pointed out that my public approach might have made things worse for Brady, which, yeah, I didn't really think that through. We started marriage counseling about a month ago. The therapist actually pointed out that we both had communication issues that existed before all this happened. I wasn't really ready to hear that at first, but maybe there's some truth to it. We had this really intense therapy session about 3 months after everything happened. The therapist asked what each of us wanted from our relationship now. Anna said she wanted to rebuild trust and prove her commitment. I admitted I still love her, which is true, as fucked up as that might sound, but don't know if I can ever fully trust her again. The therapist asked what holding on to my anger was accomplishing, and honestly, I didn't have a good answer. I realized I'm afraid that letting go means I'm saying what she did was okay, which it definitely wasn't. Anna acknowledged she broke something fundamental in our relationship. The therapist suggested Anna's behavior came from unresolved issues in her past relationships, not necessarily anything to do with me or our marriage. And then I admitted something I hadn't even fully acknowledged to myself, that I felt inadequate. Like, why would she even question Brady's paternity if she didn't have doubts about our relationship? Anna started crying and said it wasn't about me at all, but about her own insecurities. The therapist pointed out that we were probably talking honestly for the first time in our entire relationship, and she wasn't wrong. I reached over and took Anna's hand, the first time I'd touched her voluntarily in months. So now, it's been about 6 months since everything happened. Our relationship is still fragile, but it's improving. I've realized my public revenge created unnecessary trauma for Brady, which I deeply regret. I've been working on forgiving Anna, not for her sake, but for mine and Brady's. Anna has done everything possible to rebuild trust, complete transparency, sharing her location, open access to all her accounts. We've started family therapy to help Brady process everything, and it seems to be helping. His teacher says he's doing better at school. Some days are still really hard. I'll see Anna texting someone and get this flash of suspicion, even though she immediately shows me who she's talking to. Or I'll wake up in the middle of the night feeling angry all over again. But we're on this tentative path forward based on actually being honest with each other. The therapist said we're essentially building a new relationship, because trust, once broken, can never be fully restored to its original state. I don't know if that's true, but it makes sense. I guess the biggest lesson in all this is that communication actually matters. We both had issues we never talked about, and it took this explosion to force us to actually deal with them. Sorry for the super long update. My thoughts are still all over the place about this. Edit. A lot of you are asking if I regret sending those emails to everyone. Honestly, yes and no. I regret how it affected Brady, but I don't regret that Anna had to face real consequences for what she did. Edit 2. Someone asked about Jason. As far as I know, he's still completely gone from the picture. Anna deleted and blocked him everywhere, which I verified. And according to mutual friends, he actually moved out of town. Good riddance. Edit 3. To those suggesting Anna might still be lying, I get where you're coming from. But the therapist pointed out that my hypervigilance isn't sustainable. At some point, I either have to trust again or walk away. And right now, for Brady's sake, I'm trying to trust again. Edit 4. Several people have asked if I'm letting her off too easy. Maybe. But what's the alternative? Brady is my son. I need to do what's best for him, and I genuinely believe that's us working through this if possible. Edit 5. For those saying I'm being a doormat, look, I get it. If a friend told me this story, I'd probably tell him to leave too. But when you're actually living it with a kid involved, it's just not that simple.